Hello everyone, this is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And I'd kind of love to show you what's been going on in my craft room. And of course, it's Christmas crafting time, holiday crafting time. And so many fun Stampin' Up! Products to play with. And so I've been just really what I call crushing on the modern Christmas Sweet collection, the designer series paper, the stamp set, the dies, the baker's twine, all that good stuff. So today I wanted to show you a shaker card. Sometimes we're afraid to make shaker cards because they seem a little difficult, but hopefully the way I break it down, it will seem easy to you and you'll love it. So let me pop down to the workspace and I'll show you the project that I have going today. Again, I am using the Modern Christmas Sweet collection from Stampin' Up. It includes the Ornamental Christmas stamp set, the Ornamental Christmas dies. There's a star, some Christmas trees, an ornament. I'll be showing you what I'm working with. The designer series paper steals the show every time. Gold and black and white patterns that I am just loving. And if you check out my blog at KimPlaysWithPaper.com or my YouTube channel where you are now, you'll see several samples using a variety of these products. I promise I'll move on to something else soon, but I think there are just so many possibilities that I just want to share them all. It is so fun. And then I really love, I'm grabbing these out of the package, the black and gold and the gold and white baker's twine. That's been a really fun addition to this. All right, and we're also using the Christmas Words 3D hybrid 3D embossing folder with some gold foil. I'll show you that in a second as well. So you're probably wondering, what is she making? This is the shaker card that I'm going to make for you today. If you can see, I've got some the little shakies are the gold shaker stars. Lots of little pieces of gold stars in there. So I've used designer series paper, window sheets, and some gold foil. So let me kind of start with some of the bits and pieces, working my way up from the bottom. This is an 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I have to have my bone folder to give that a good burnish. And then I have this pattern of the designer series paper, 5 1/4 by 4. Just use my seal to put that on. We'll start that as our base. And I also have a 5 1/4 by 4 piece for the inside, as well as that's 3/4 inch by 4 just to match. And that will be a piece on the inside of that card. So you'll have a spot to write a nice message or stamp also. Stamp if you wish. I got that on kind of wrinkled, but I can fold it out. Got in a hurry. No need to hurry. All right, and then I will put that in the middle of the card. Got that on really crooked, but yeah, my goodness. But I can get my heat gun out and fix that, or if I just tear it off very slowly. We all make mistakes, and sometimes we can remedy them, and sometimes we just have to like step away from the stamps. But I think that will be awesome right there. All right, well, let's start building. So I have a piece of black cardstock, 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to use this ornament die to die cut the center of this black. So let me grab my die cut machine here. And I do need this little guy in gold. So I need a little scrap of gold for that. Because I don't want that in black. I'm trying to see if I have a little piece left over that I can use. Let's do this one first, because you can usually put a couple on. I want to make sure that's right in the middle. And I'll just gently run that through here, trying not to wiggle the table too much. And we'll take that off. And this I'm going to set aside for now, and it's this piece I'm going to be using. All right, so I have this 3.5 by 5.5, and then I have some of Stampin' Up's window sheets, and they measure 3.25 by 3.25. And I did have all of my supplies piled up at the window sheets are a little hard to see. So they're just clear sheets. You'll need 2 of these, and I just cut them a little smaller at 3.25 by 3.25. I am going to use 2. And then I'm deciding which, this is going to be my front. So this is what I want to do on the back. And going to put my Stampin' Seal plus just along the edges. We're creating the window for the shaker card. So I'm trying just to get as close to the edge as possible. All right. And I do have that on there. And then I have, and those window sheets, they keep escaping. They're so hard to see. I'm just going to give a little rub on, I gave a little rub on my pants to get some of the, get them a little clean. And then this is going to just set right there. So my black was 3.5 by 3.5, and the window sheet is 3.25 by 3.25. All right, and this is this time where we will put our shaker. Nope, we have one other important thing. We may need to make a well, a little spot for those shakers to exist. So these are Stampin' Up's foam adhesive sheets, and I'll just tear one of those off. And I'm going to make, and they're double-sided, so if possible, leave the top one on, and I'm just going to make a little square. You could go around the shape of the ornament if you wanted. I find this square to be a little easier to deal with. So I'm just going to go all the way around, and I have more if I need them. They come in a nice package. I want to make a place where the sequins won't escape. Don't want them falling out. So there is, just gonna butt that up against here. And trying to be so careful. So thanks for your patience as I try to get that all in there. Like I say, once you do this step by step, it's really makes that shaker card easy. All right, now we can put the shaker stars in. These are just gorgeous. Be very careful when opening those. I don't know if you can see all the glimmer and the shimmer in there. And then I'm going to try to take pinchfuls. On my last shaker card, the sample, I didn't put enough in. So I want to be pretty generous. And that's a big space. Now, if you're doing a bunch, you might want to be a little bit more frugal. But I bought these and I just saw them and I thought, I need to use these. Thus the shaker card. You can also use these for embellishments. What do you think? Is that enough? I know sometimes too much is too much, but they're going to stick all over. Another little pinchful. Okay. And then I'm going to put the lid on before anything else because I know that I would probably dump them all over. In fact, I have done that on videos previously. All right, so now I'm just going to carefully take that top piece of adhesive off without wiggling everything or dumping it over, because that happens too. So far, so good. And then I have that other window sheet, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's just going to lay right on top of here. So I'll seal that up really well. All right, and then turn it over. And there's our shaker. And what's really cool then is we'll just place this on the front of the card, and then you get that background showing through with that ornament. So the way I'm going to put that adhesive on, I have brought in Stampin' Up's tear and tape. So I will layer some tear and tape around the edges, because I don't want it to show through. So I'm kind of just going over the spots where I put the what do you call those? Those foam adhesive strips is what I used for the shaker card. And I guess I don't have to be as exact because those sequins are already, you can either tear this tape or cut it. I think it wants to be cut today. I'm getting out of camera. And then, here we go. All right. Give that just a little quick burnish. And here's my pick tool. Take those pieces off. So many different adhesives, and they all do certain jobs, but they're all just great adhesive choices for your crafting projects. Now, I was trying to make an ornament or a tag out of the shaker. So that's my next project. All right, so then I can just position this here, and got a little bit of shaking going on. Also, and I know I cut one of those. It's probably laying on the floor somewhere. That's just how it goes with all of the pieces that I have. So I will probably have to cut another one. But what I do have is the Joy from, I showed you the Christmas Words 3D embossing folder. That die cuts and embosses a whole variety of Christmas sentiments. So we could choose any of these, and these are just so fun. 'Tis the Season, Holly Jolly, Season's Greetings, Noel. Anyway, I just thought the Joy worked really well there. Let me just go off camera real quick and die cut one of these pieces so we can finish up our card. I don't want to drag that into the, into the workspace. All right, so there we have this little piece, and I am just going to use some glue dots to attach that. Thanks for your patience. I had pre-cut it, and then it just disappeared on me. And adding that little ornament top that makes that really fun. And let's add some linen thread as well, 8 or 9 inches. Can you see my workspace is slowly decreasing here? But you can use any of these sentiments. You can have them for your insides of your cards, just all kinds of fun things. And I'll probably be doing a video in the next couple of weeks showing some other samples using that. Makes the card making easy peasy, fun and beautiful, especially with that gold foil. So I have my ribbon. Use a little glue dot, kind of roll it up with my finger, and place it on the front of the card. And it's kind of fun if I let it just flow there like that. You could trim it as well. I'm going to put some glue dots on the back of the joy and attach it to the card front. So pretty. And of course, you have to have gems. I put some of the Stampin' Up's traditional sparkling sequins. These come in real red, old olive, pool party, and gold. I'm kind of sticking with the gold theme here. So let me bring in those. So those are all your choices there. I have lots I can use for later. Okay, I think I'll go with, there's a medium size and a little baby one here and here. And there we have our fun shaker card. Probably not too many shakers in there, is it? This is one of those cards you'd probably have to put extra postage on, or just hand deliver, or stick it inside of a gift. On second thought, maybe I'll trim that just a teeny bit, not a lot. It's just kind of fun to have that hanging there. Okay, what do you think? Do you love it? I just think that's so fun. All the sparkles and the gold, and it all makes for a really, really festive Christmas holiday card using Stampin' Up's ornamental Christmas stamp set and dies, and the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper, and all the other elements of the Modern Christmas Suite collection. Thanks so much, everyone, for popping in to view my video today. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. I am happy to help. And I hope you give a shaker card a try. It's a lot easier than it looks. And until next time, everyone, happy stamping. Bye-bye.